everyone, and welcome to Real Estate Daily Saturday edition. It is our opinion piece, and today's topic is California in a housing recession. We're going to go over that topic today. I'm going to show you different points, what the good, the bad, and possibly the ugly. But before we jump into that, please hit that subscribe button. We are growing like crazy. We want to continue to grow. I'm going to give you the best 5 to 10 minutes in real estate, housing, and the mortgage markets every single day, at least Monday through Saturday. I have to take Sunday off, and we gotta give producer Emmy a day off as well. You know that. All right, let's jump into that. Now, we know that a lot of articles have come out, especially nationwide, saying that we're in a housing recession. And a lot of social media people on YouTube, they're only looking at little bits and pieces of articles out there. Like yesterday, we saw, this guy from Moody's say, home sales decline may show a worse than anticipated housing recession. But before we jump into a housing recession, we need to know what actually is the definition of housing recession, okay? Housing recession is typically monitored by year-over-year housing decline in values, right? So what happened last year to what happened this year, we need to see a decline in value. So if you bought your house last year, it's worth less than this year. We have failed to see that. The only thing we've seen is the worst month of this entire year has been July. Every other month, we've seen strong, real estate information coming back to us, showing that we are double digits up. Now, let's jump into some of the numbers here. California house condo prices fall. And this is July over July 21 to July 22. All right. So in July 21, we show here 811,000 here in San Francisco area. It's 811,000 is the average home. Now, July of 22, it's gone up to 833. Now, it's been a slight increase, though if you look at June of 2022, a month earlier, it was at 863. I've said this once, I'll say it before. July 2022, the very end of June and then a lot of July, we ran into the worst part of the recession. So gas prices were out of control high. Food prices were just going up and up. Energy was crazy. And with that, a lot of people were scared. Now, it wasn't that buyers were not qualified. We've already seen the worst in interest rates going up at that point. But what we did see is just a lot of people being scared because they didn't know when it was going to end. The second they felt there was some relief there, we're seeing a whole different market. But just in that snapshot of July 2022, which was basically last month, we saw a decline for the first time, month over month. But we didn't see a decline in year over year, which means that we're still not in a housing recession. It's just a keyword that people are using right now, which I don't believe is. And I'm going to show you the data right here. Let's look at the Los Angeles metro area. In July 21, it was 731,000. In July 22, it's 780,000. Come on, guys. We're looking at 7-8% increase. And then in the month before, it was 800,000. So it was almost 10% increase. We're seeing year over year increase regardless. It's just a myth right now. Now, if you look at the overall market nationwide, I can't talk for outside of California. We don't know if this is just the same garbage vomit that comes out of people's mouths to get ratings. I don't see it. I personally don't see it at all. I do see it in the new builds, but I don't see it in the resale market, which is 90% of all homes that are sold every single month. Let's go into Central Valley here. Again, 451 was July of 21, July of 2022 up to 480. You look at it, every number shows an increase in except for San Francisco Bay Area. Well, actually, it just basically went down $750. So the average price was $1.3,750,000 to $1.3 million. So we're just not seeing these just declines month over month. Now, going forward, are you going to say, hey, Troy, it's going to be a pattern? No, it's not going to be a pattern. I will tell you now that here in California, August of 2022 has shown a big resurgence in real estate. I feel that we're going to see a jump in home prices. I've went over that in my weekly market updates, that we're seeing price increases. We will continue to see it. We are very, very far from a housing recession. Now, you say, okay, there's other factors, Troy, besides year-over-year values. Yes, there are. The reason why is people have equity in their house. They don't have to panic sell. If they want to get out of Southern California, that's one thing. But they're not selling because the value of their house or the equity in their house is shrinking and shriveling so fast that if they don't get out now, it becomes a short sell and possibly a foreclosure in the future. Those are the issues that people ran into in the housing, the complete debacle in the housing recession of 2008, 2009, 2010. We are nowhere close to this. We are at the most stable amount of mortgage rates, not so much rates, mortgage, what's owed on mortgages. We are more stable now than we ever before. More people have equity today than they've ever had ever. And with that, nobody has to panic sell. Panic sell is just on an individual basis. It's not going to be on a nationwide basis. No one's panicking selling because their house is going to zero. It's not happening, and it will continue not happen because there'll be a buyer picking that house up, and there'll be multiple buyers that are probably going to raise that price up to market, if not above market. So with that being said, the stability of this market is at all-time high. It just is something that we continue to see. And I think we're going to see it going forward for at least another month. We're going to see how the CPI numbers come out in about 2.5 weeks. If the CPI numbers are right around 8.5, 8.4, 8.3, we're going to go another 30 days of a good, solid housing market that's going to keep values up. Now, when we look at a lot of other factors people talk about, they say, hey, sales are down. That's another question that people ask me. But you can't look at sales if you don't look at actives. If the amount of active properties on the market continue to decline, and that was the narrative the first quarter of this year, they continue to decline. Well, of course sales are going down. That's an obvious. That's not a reason why there's a recession. It doesn't make any sense. If we have so much inventory on the market and so little sales, that's going to depress values significantly down. But we just don't have it. We're just not seeing it. All I'm seeing in the month of August is multiple counter offers, over asking prices that I've been writing over and over and not getting my clients into those houses. The market has again flipped back into a seller's market, I believe, right now. And for the foreseeable future, until the CPI numbers can prove me wrong, or the Fed wants to flip their narrative and get really hawkish, even if they raise 75 basis points, I think that's kind of baked in for September. So I think before we see any real cracks in the housing market, it will be sometime in October. And at that point, that's kind of where the season slows down for the housing market. We get into Halloween, we get into Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's less and less properties on the market. And if the buyers are still there, we're going to see a strong housing market. Now, let's go look at another article yesterday. It was, again, from Bank of America's Jenna Coro. She says, we're on track to see home prices up 10 to 15% this year. This is yesterday's article. I just showed you 2 articles from yesterday. One says that we're in a housing recession. The next saying we're going to be up 10 to 15% this year. Guys, you tell me what the narrative is. Every single program has their own narrative. These are real numbers. We're going to be up 10 to 15% this year. We're going to have another boom year in real estate. 2023 might be different, but right now, I just don't see the buyers slowing down. They're knocking on my door, wanting to look at homes. I have another one that just hit me up right now. First-time home buyer, never looked at homes, just hit me up just minutes before I went active or live here. I want to see homes, Troy. I just got fully approved, sending over my approval letter. It's not stopping. Who wants to pay rent? Nobody. Doesn't make any sense. Guys, thank you for joining me on my opinion piece. If you have any comments, you have anything to talk about over whether you think we're in a recession, a California housing recession or not, please put in the comments below. Otherwise, check us out on Instagram. Our Instagram information is here. TikTok, Facebook, you name it, we're on that social media platform and we're showing you the latest and greatest in the housing market. We're going to show you tips and tricks as well. Check us out. Have a good rest of the weekend, and I will be back on Monday. Yeah, I will not go on vacation. I am going to be here. I know you went through hell this week, and I'm the savior bringing us back. Guys, take care.